What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Ark Survival Ascended. Alright, so we're going to be doing something slightly different today. I had a couple ideas come to my mind. I know in yesterday's episode, or as of today's of me recording this, you know what I mean, the video yesterday that you guys recorded, but today's video for me. I was going to go over the propagator. I made one. It's sitting right here. We're ready to go. We're going to dive into that today after a little bit of this video is done, because there's something I want to do. You can see in my inventory what the plan is. We're going to try to go beat the Thodus on Alpha with our team. Two reasons why. One, because it will allow me to truly see how our team stacks up right now. For one, if we could handle beating him on Alpha, it will tell me whether I need to really dive into more leveling on my dinos or things like that. And it'll tell me which creatures I specifically need to focus mutations on. So like these Rexes are only going to be super really useful against Thodus and depending on what the next boss is. So all of these guys are set and ready to fight. I don't know how much health this guy has. We're all ready to go. These guys are all leveled up 30k minimum across the board. 12k on the Surat across the board. These guys will heal everybody because they're carnivores. They have high level saddles. These guys here are all high-level Rexes with all good saddles for the most part. Some of them are 25, so some of them will really take a lot of healing. Hopefully the audio is better. I spiked the audio for you guys by like 15% because I noticed in the last video that the audio was kind of non-existent. So we're going to try Thodus on Alpha. If we fail, which is a good possibility, I have a backup contingency plan. I'm going to grapple to the ceiling and shoot the holy hell out of him, pardon my language, with this high-level compound bow. I don't know if 213 is going to be enough. It just depends on how much damage he hits right off the start. So, screw it. Let's try it. Let's see if we can beat him on Alpha. Let's make sure everybody's inside the circle. It's looking good. We're going to do the same plan as before. I'm going to ride the UD. Everybody else is going to go in and just fight. I'm going to stick back and just Courage Roar, because from what I know, he doesn't spawn anything in. Unless if that changes on Alpha, he does not spawn any creatures in to back him up. So we should have a pretty good chance. As long as we stay back and they just attack, we should be A-okay. Truthfully, I think we'll be alright with these Rexes. Because he's probably equivalent to an Alpha Megapithecus. Same exact music, too. So let's whistle follow all. Whistle aggressive. Attack my target. 1.8 million. 1.8 to the million variety. Alright, let's just start Courage Roaring these guys. How much is he hitting for? He's not hitting a whole lot, honestly. He's hitting pretty decent. I'm going to try to circle around to the backside. Look at that heal, though. I want to keep Courage Roaring. Alright, so he's hitting pretty decent, I will not lie. He's actually hitting a little more now that I'm closer. I can see he actually hits relatively hard. Can we beat him? We shall see. That's a good chunk of heal right there, boys. That is a really good heal. This could be... Oh, wow. This is kind of nice. The only thing that sucks is I can't fire. I apologize. You guys probably can hear me clicking the absolute shit out of my controller. 320. That's a nice heal. That's a nice heal. The Surats are interchangeable right now. Replaceable. They're the biggest thing on this team that is easily replaceable for me. The Rexes, not as much. But those are all some pretty good heals. I know he's hitting, I want to say about 400 damage, I give or take, when he does his big swing. I'm trying to take a look around really quickly and see what I got. And it looks like everybody's doing decent for health. Even the Surats actually are doing really decent for health. 10k. Can I see you? 11k. Can I take a look back here? 10k. Yeah, no, we're doing great. I think we might be able to do this on Alpha. I accidentally used Fear Roar instead of Courage Roar. Whoops. He's trying to get to me, so he's bugged right now. He is absolutely bugged right now, and they're just biting him up. Just keep roaring to raise their stats. And dude, the healing is insane. Almost 400 points back in healing. This is nuts, dude. I'm not going to actually pick up any of these Rexes, because I feel like my healing is a little skewed. 400 points? Bro, what is this? The Surats are definitely the key here in this fight. How are you guys looking? They're still looking at 10k or higher, man. Like, this is insane. 393. We already got 800,000 of his health gone. And I mean, the UD's still sitting at a good cheeky 40 million. Like, or 40 million, 40,000. I don't know. I read the word million on his health and I got distracted. 359 points across the board. Like, no, that's nuts, dude. That is definitely, you can do this with an army of Rexes and then just Surats. You could probably do it with a Daedon too, but I personally believe the Surats are the answer. Is he actually running from the fight now? Bro is actively running from us. Yeah, bro is actively running away. Man's terrified. Man knows it's game. It's GG here. I probably shouldn't get this close because I might be able to get knocked off or something. Would not surprise me. Yeah, see, we're still... Wow, dude, we are sitting pretty with health right now. Thodus is definitely a pushover. He is no Widowmaker at all. This is... I'm blowing... My mind blown right now, honestly. This is blowing my mind how, like, broken this guy is. Or, broken this guy is? Broken this fight is. Alright, there we go, real quick. Just gotta get, you know, we gotta get that quick thumbnail shot in here for the fight of us surrounding him. I have to. I normally wouldn't do it during the video, but I forgot to take it at the beginning. So there's the thumbnail shot for us. Alright, let's keep going. I just take the screenshots. I like to get the action shots sometimes if I can, but most of the time I forget because I'm absorbed into the action of the fight. I mean, wow, like some of the Rexes, like there's one there that lost 10k health. There's one there that lost a little bit more than the others at like 10, 11k. But I feel like this is just, it's completely GG's. And like the health, dude, the contingency plan wasn't even necessary, honestly. Thodus is a cakewalk. Like, this is a joke. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just because I think I found the secret sauce in using a Surrat as a healer. Using a pack of Surrats. So it's 4 of them doing the same thing. So every few seconds, the healing process, as long as the Surrats are in the fight, the healing is kind of really nice. Okay, I do see a Rex down to 10k right there. I do see one down to 10k. So he is hitting about 400 damage per. Let me circle around. We got another one over here that's a little low. Okay, so some of these guys are a wee bit low. I'm not going to lie. This one's down to 12k. But he is going down quick. With how much... Yeah, dude, the healing is insane. Hopefully the audio's not too loud. Like I said, I tried lowering everything down for you guys. If the audio is for some reason too loud, I'm gonna have to like mute it and I'll figure something out. I may have to run this boss fight again if the audio is too loud, but I lowered it way down and then that was too low and then I raised it back up. We just unlocked a couple things, nothing too great tech room wise from what I can see. Door, I think. How much did we get from this? Alpha Thodus and 750 element. So that was that. That was let's take a stock here. 15k, 15k. I mean, these guys just did insane. I'm very glad to see 15k, 22. Like, I'm very glad to see that these guys actually did what I expected them to do. 11k. Some of them did take a little bit more of a beating. Those are the ones that were getting attacked directly. But actually, I'm going to pick all these guys up now. I said I wasn't going to, but the stomping is annoying me. But as you can see, some of these guys are looking pretty good. 30k. Like, we had some of them that were sitting damn near full health, so if we did start to lose them, 8k was the lowest, I think. Let's take a quick cheeky look. 8k, 24, 21, 17, 37, almost full health. 12, 14, 10... 8,000 full, legitimately full health. Bro didn't even get touched. Did you fight? Same thing to you. Did you guys just hide out and have like a little love session somewhere? Like, what is going on there? 24, 25, 20, 30. A lot of these guys didn't really take the Surrats are at full health. And it's not that my healing is way high, because it's not. It's a little higher than normal inside the ball. It's just so I can continue to get the healing rates up so I can continue to make more content. That's the only reason that's slightly up, like upgraded a little bit. But realistically, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Well, I know these guys can't take on Natrix. There's legitimately no way they can take on Natrix. But we did get... The tech grenade is what we saw in there. I saw the tech grenade and the Rex tech saddle, and I think the door is what I unlocked, or some sort of door thing. Like this must have been what it was, a large tech wall. So we do have some tech stuff. We could build the tech house technically if we wanted to. Especially with us having the availability to get as much element as we need. That was really good. I'm very, very happy to see that we did that super well. We're still missing the majority of the tech armor. I'm going to assume you get that from beating The other bosses that come out with the game, probably the alpha bosses, or her on alpha Natrix. But that right there went a lot easier than I kind of assumed it would do. So let's go back to base really quickly. And then we'll do a little bit of a breakdown on the propagator and just go from there. Because that was... I'm like I said, I'm still a little lost at how easy that was. Alright, so we've now officially beaten Thodus on all 3 difficulties. Oh, can I not put your head in there? Oh, gotta go like this, that's right. For some reason. There it is. We've officially beaten Thodus on all 3 levels, which is insane. Our army is probably pretty... We still had 3 extra Rexes sitting here that I was still working on. I'm going to transfer all the Rexes, all the Serats too. I'll get them later for levels. Edmontonia, come with me. We only have 1 Karch left and my 1 Meguana. This is pretty much our boss fighting army right here. A little on the lower scale, but we'll work with them as we go. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the audio is pretty good for you guys. I did, like I said, up everything a little bit. I'm going to increase the decibels, so you're going to lose audio there for a second. Because I'm noticing that the audio isn't registering that it's going off, so I'm hoping with me raising it a little bit, it will be better. But I apologize, like I said, I'm still tweaking. It's a new interface that I'm using, so we're going to have to keep going from there. Because to me it sounds clear, but I can't tell on your end. Alright, so that kind of changes a lot of things. I had a different plan in mind, kind of going forward. But we're going to take back everything we have in here. The only thing that's new that I didn't have on us yesterday that you guys are seeing now is, excuse me, I got this long neck from taking out an Alpha Serat, or an Astral Serat, but I don't need it. Or, not Serat, Carno. And this compound bow I've been carrying on me with the normal trank arrows, but I made metal arrows as backup. That may be my contingency plan for her now, for the boss lady. So that could totally be it. For Natrix, I mean, not boss lady. Natrix, I mean, like, there's options we have to go with. I forgot this isn't all my resources anymore. My resources are upstairs. It's so annoying. I forgot. I literally never got the chance to mess with this yesterday because the wife and I started playing Supermarket together, which is a blast of a game, by the way. What are we looking at for element? We have a lot. All right, let's take a stack of 1 Thowie Wowie down here, and let's go actually grab the propagator and do a little bit of a detailed analysis on the propagator and how that truthfully works. So the B plus propagator, or what they used to be called the tech propagator and all these other things. So how the propagator truthfully works is, honestly, it's one of the best in creations in Arc. I don't remember exactly how it came to be. I'm not going to deny and say I know it all. I don't. But the propagator. So you want to go into it. It breeds dinos from cryopods as well as soul balls. So you put the element in it, consumes 1 element every day. You can activate it. Click start breeding. If you have creatures in here, well, let me just give you a prime example. Do I have any Megatherium females, 219s? I don't. I have just this male. Okay, it's because I cleared everything out. How do I want to do this? Because this is going to kind of suck a little bit because we need Megatheriums to breed. These two are breeding right now, actually, I think. Yeah, they are. You're gestating. So I'll actually take you really quickly just to show you the idea. When she's done, I'll bring her in here because we're going to be using this for the Megatheriums. So you would have it set to holding eggs. So when you're using a propagator, every creature will produce eggs, like it states here on screen. Cryopods will not lose charge, but you must contain adults and genders. Excuse me, one of each gender, so a male and a female, for the propagator to work properly. And genders cannot be changed with a mating cooldown, so you can't just change it to a male, then change it back for it to work. See, need at least 2 cryopods to begin. So it's not letting me do anything. So we got to come back out here. Are you almost done? Almost. So once she is done, she's going to pop out a 218 female, which is kind of absolutely perfect because you want as many females as you could physically get inside there, because then that'll increase the turnover rate for you getting mutations. As weird as that sounds, I hate wording it that way, but that's how it works. So if you have, let's say, 10 females to 1 male ratio, so 11 total creatures, or a 9 to 1, that gives you 9 chances. She just pooped out the baby. Gives you 9 chances to get the mutation you want. So right here, for an example, we're going to throw her in here. She is ready to breed because I picked her back up. My breeding thing is a little weird, like I said. So we're going to keep holding eggs so they stay inside here. Start breeding. So it's going to be the male. You can change the female if you want, but it costs element. And the female, you can't use mutation pulse on him. The most you could do, the most you can do is 2 element. I'm pressing like the 9 key here. I'm pressing everything. So if you press 2, it burns 2 element automatically. And now this will give you a guaranteed mutation. But it's a free breed. You don't have to use the element. You could literally breed without it. You don't need to and just get those chances randomly. But the moment you activate the element, it'll activate the breeding pulse, or the breeding system. And then if you see here, you back up, it shows what creature you're breeding, kind of. The holograms are a little weird sometimes, but it shows the Megatherium. And if you click for me it's Y, on control, or on keyboard it's E, shows you the mating process. They're recovering, she's got 32 minutes until she breeds again. It's because she actually just bred in the overworld, more or less. So she kind of can't do anything right now for 30 minutes. So if we can get this female in here, you're 15%, you're far from it. Actually, prime example right here. Let me show you a little bit of everything. We're gonna actually deactivate this breeding really quickly. Gonna take this male in here. Okay, so now we have 2 males. I could have it set to drop eggs. I could change 1 to female. Is it not gonna let me breed the other one? I think it's reading these 2 as the same creature. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Usually it would let you change the male to a female, and then you technically change the male to a female, and use that as a breeding option. You could do it with dreads, you could do it with anything. Let me go see upstairs if we have any 218 Megatheriums or things that were initially 218 that I could use, because it won't carry the levels over that you put into it, but it will carry over the base levels. So right here, she's a 218, she was created at a 218. Okay, so that's reading as a 244. Disregard the level 244, because no matter what happens, it's going to come out off the base stats of 218, which is, again, why I've always said if you're trying to breed, make sure you don't mix in levels into them yet, because it can and will screw up your breeding just a little bit. So, prepare dinos for breeding. All right, so now we have 2 females in here ready to go. The 254 is already a female, but I can change it. So we're going to put 2 on you and 2 on you. Start the breeding process. Need 1 male for breeding. That's what you are, bro. What are you doing? Did it bug out? I think that might have bugged out the one I had in my hand. Okay. I like how I'm trying to explain it the proper way, because I've done this countless times. And it's not. Is the Megatherium in my inventory? It's not. Where did I put that 218 other Megatherium? Did I put it away somewhere? Okay, I must have put it back down bottom. Yeah, so sometimes the propagator does get a little weird. I'm not entirely sure why. It's done this before, where I had everything set and ready, but for some reason it wasn't triggering that it was proper. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it. So this one here, I'm going to drop you on the floor really quickly, because I know you don't work as a male. For some reason you don't. Prepare dinos for breeding. Okay, see, now we do have one of the males in here. So for some reason that other one in this propagator was not reading as a male. Not sure why. So we'll just click start breeding just to do the process. All right. And then we'll view the breeding process. These 2 are mating right now. This one's recovering. This one's got roughly 30 minutes until it's able to actually breed. So these 2 are breeding at level 218 technically is what it's going to come out minimum. Like that's the lowest it can go is a 218. The highest it can go is like a 222 if you get a double, or 222 if you get a double mutation. So we're going to let these guys breed, and we're spending 4 element to do it. So this is going to be a guaranteed mutation in one of these stats you see on screen. It could be as terrible as the stamina, could be as terrible as the oxygen, or it could be weight, anything. But we gotta wait a minute till they're done breeding, and then once they're done, and she's actually mature, like full-on adult creature, I'll be able to throw it in there technically and let that breeding process go again. But you can do this with any type of creature. It does not matter. This is the one thing that definitely overrides the breeding process, which is insane, is the propagator. So I could throw my pack of Serats in here. I could throw my pack of Rexes and get higher breeding chances if I wanted to. But like as you can see, we don't really need to level up these Rexes anymore because they're already strong. And we were able to beat the Alpha Thodus. I mean, realistically, I could make another one and work on the Rexes as well on the side. I definitely could. But this is more of a server-based system to use, generally. You don't specifically want to use this in single player unless if you plan on just leaving the game on all the time, because as you know as well as I know, the breeding in single player is a little slower because the game needs to be actively on for anything to happen. So, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at the breeding process. She's almost done. And it's going to pop out right into an egg. So let's take a look inside the inventory really quickly. There should be an egg in here because I'm holding the egg. I could have it set to drop, which then it would pick up and go to the Dino Depot. Dino Depot will incubate it, and then we can just hatch it from there. But I just wanted to showcase this here in a second. It should be just about done. It went up to 4. That should change to 5 when it's done. Still says it's mating. It's probably doing the gestation, because I'm not sure entirely if the gestation actually happens on the inside of it. And then there it is, right there. We got a 222. We literally got a double mutation, exactly like I talked about. So it came out, the minimum level being a 218 is what we could have came with, and it's going to pop out as a 222. It's going to have 4 points into weight, which is the absolute terrible. It's the worst thing we could have gotten, realistically. One of the worst things we could have gotten. And now we can just continue to do this breeding cycle with these dinos. I'm not going to use this one specifically. I'm probably going to pull it out of there. Just I want to double check one thing. Yep, see, it picked up the egg. It's going to incubate it. I'm going to hatch this egg, and then I'll showcase a little bit more on that. And then, honestly, that's probably going to be it. The propagator is generally really straightforward. It's one of the easiest processes when it does work the way it needs to. That's the key thing. When it works the way it needs to, it is ridiculously easy to breed creatures. And if you double stack mutations, so how it works sometimes is like, see how we got +4? We technically got a double mutation here. So I pushed for a mutation, and then we got a mutation as well. I think it goes at least one piece of element counts as 2 points in a mutation. So technically we pushed for a double mutation, is what that was getting at. So you could speed up the process if you truly wanted to by breeding this way and spending the element constantly, or you could kind of not do it this way and just do it like super slow and regular to the point where you just let it happen over time. I personally, that's a 225. That might be the max level we need for the Dreadnoughtuses. I personally, if I can, let me drop this one, hatch it, maybe make Trireme. All right, perfect. So if you compare the stats from this to this, it's going off of the base 218 stats. They're not going to change. They're not going to be any higher because of the mother being a 254. But it's easier for you to keep track of everything specifically via this if you use it in this setup. I'm moving my hands around as if I'm talking to you guys with my hands, but you can't see it. So the Adolescent Megatherium, the base one we just bred without the propagator, came out with 43 in health, 22, 47, and 36. Same thing on this one, 30 and 39 for weight and melee, 30 and 39 for weight and melee, but this one, because I used the propagator's element mutation process, the pulse, it forced it to get double mutations because I used 2 element on it, and it came out with 4 points into weight. So this one is an absolutely useless Megatherium to me. I have no need for 4 points into weight. So I could speed up the process a lot faster of mutating creatures by doing it this way, if I can continue to stack the health mutations, which is completely plausible with how quick the propagator can work, because it's once every hour. So I could just speed up how fast we do this, and we could probably get the boss battle beat pretty quickly. I'm going to take these 2 out in a second, because they're exactly what I need to see. But now it's a waiting game at this point. You literally just click view breeding. We got to wait 40 minutes, and it's not even once every hour. It varies. So we're actually going to stop breeding for now. Add you in. Prepare dinos for breeding, start breeding. And we have the 254, the 218. For some reason, it's doing it again. It's not counting. So we're going to do a 2 into this one and 2 into this one. And we're going to start breeding. So one of these, it's not counting as a Megatherium. Yeah, see right there, it just says Megatherium. For some reason, it's not the same as this one. That's okay, I think I know why. I think I understand what happened earlier too now. It's because I never threw them out of the ball. That's got to be it. Okay, that might be my issue right there. Yep, there it is. That was my issue. Okay, I never threw them out of the ball earlier. So that was what was causing that male to not be considered a male. Okay, it was just reading it as a creature. Got it. Okay, that makes total sense. That simplifies a lot of things. So now we're going to have 3 Megatheriums going, 3 females to 1 male. And then what you would do is every time you get the mutation you would need, you'd replace said male with the one that has the mutation you want and just keep that cycle going until you get to the final point. Always keep the previous mutation stocked away somewhere. So if for some reason something screws up in your line, you can always back up and redo it again from that previous point instead of having to completely restart. So we're going to give this one a couple more minutes and let that thing do its thing. And then we'll come back down and take a look at it and see what we've got. So let's actually go make another propagator, just so I can show you guys the process of the propagator. Proper. Can I do it? Okay, so I'm going to have to do, I'm bugged again. I'm going to have to do the photo mode thing. It happens on occasion. Okay, so now that works. So it's probably going to tell us we're short polymer. I almost guarantee it. Yep, 2400 polymer. Okay, so we're going to make 2500 poly if we can. Okay, we only make 1,000 at a time. What do we need for that? Obsidian and cementing paste. We should have a ton of that. And these things go actually ridiculously quick, so we're going to run inside here and just double check that we have enough cementing paste. Yeah, that's upstairs again. I did it again. Okay. We need obsidian and cementing paste. We need a lot of it. So we got a bunch of cementing paste. And we got a good amount of obsidian. So yeah, we're definitely going to be able to make enough polymer that we need. There's no question there. Let's take a quick look through everything here. Like I said, we have a ton of element. It will cost us a ton of element. Like, that's going to be the biggest issue when breeding this way, is the element is going to burn through. We're going to actually take this metal downstairs and go smelt it into metal. I don't know why it's sitting up here. So yeah, that's going to be our biggest problem. Truthfully, is going to be just getting it to keeping the element going. And that's what's good about now at this point in the game, where there's the availability to get element everywhere from doing those drops now if I need to. And you could literally just grind up like these assault rifles. I'm probably not going to use. I know I'm not going to use the assault rifles, so I'm going to take them upstairs and grind them up quick. Compound bows. I'm not going to use them. I'm just making. If you notice, I'm stopping is because I just want to make sure that they're not. Oh, what is it called? The one thing. Yep. Club arc. These things will drop a ton of polymer for us. That's the main reason why I'm doing it. I don't know if these things will give you anything here. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's truthfully what we're doing right now, is we're just trying to get extra polymer so we don't have to spend a ton of resources to make more. So let's see what we can get out of what we put in here. Assault rifles. No, not that big compound bow. I want to keep that one. Thank you. Always double check that everything in here is what you want before you grind it up. Yep, that's perfect. And grind. So right there, we just got 2100 organic polymer. Apparently I accidentally sent my metal arrows over after I clicked over, which is kind of great that it didn't grind them up, because all it would have done was separated it into biotoxin and arrow is what that would do at that point, which isn't terrible, but it's just a little more of a pain in the backside. Why did I say backside? Pain in the ass. It's just something you'd have to fix. So transfer all this over. So now, if we go to prop, we should be pretty close to having enough polymer. We have way more than enough. Okay. So let's just click 1. Whoops. We're short the electronics. See, it's a process. It truthfully is. This is why I was saying it costs a lot to make these. And you need to do... This one, I don't think we have enough metal ingots for. It'll be close. It's a little bit of a process to make these things. They're not cheap. Like, if you guys haven't seen, let me actually show you the price of one of these. For a propagator, you need 2,500 electronics, 5,000 metal ingots, 500 element, and 2,500 polymer. I don't think we have enough element, or not enough element, enough metal right now. After crafting all these electronics, I don't think we're going to have enough. So what I'll probably do then is end the video off here so you guys don't have to sit here and listen to me rant about metal. I will go make some more metal ingots, go up to the mountain, chop the trees down, get some metal, and then make some metal ingots. And in the next episode, we'll delve a little more into the propagator. I'm going to try to do quite a bit of breeding off screen so you guys can see totally what comes out of it. And then we'll maybe be sooner off ready to take on Natrix. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time for more Ark Survival Ascended. See you guys then.